taken for granted. Hello, everybody. It's Tom here from the Company Code. I hope you're well. I want to talk today about how we as people take things for granted. We take so much for granted. And I think this is really pertinent, with what we see in the media sometimes and what's going on in other countries who've not got it as good as us or they're going through a rough time. We take things for granted. There's an age-old thing about if something's for free, then you don't value it. And 100% I've seen that in my life. People who give unconditional love sometimes never get it back. It's because the person you're giving it to can't really see the value in something that's for nothing or appears to be for nothing. It's not a good thing, but that's how we programmed to think. Get up in the morning, you've slept in a warm bed. Most of us a clean bed. You're in comfort. You've got central heating, a roof over your head. You've got food on the table, water coming out the tap. You can have a wash. You can go to the gym. You have money to buy clothes. You've got shoes on your feet. You can drive a car. You can afford to insure a car. Need I go on? You've got family. You've got friends. You've got people in your corner. And yet, we take it all for granted. We believe it's always going to be there. We believe that there's always going to be someone to listen. There's already going to be somebody to be there. There's always going to be a roof over your head. You're always going to have a job. Let me tell you, that life don't work that way. I was very close to losing all of this you see here. I was literally less than a week away from defaulting on mortgage payments and being in a really bad way. I nearly ended it. I didn't want to be here. I was so unhappy. I was really, really ill. I look back over the last 10 years and a third of it was awful. And that's a very tame word. I could use a lot stronger language than that. But I'm grateful for it because it shaped me to be stronger. And I'm grateful for what I have. I can't ever take for granted what I've got. My wonderful family, my health. Possessions don't really mean anything, but it's nice to have, of course it is. Today's video is really about showing gratitude for everything. Because no matter how much you feel you're lacking, there's always somebody worse off than you. We take everything for granted because we feel that it's always going to be there. There could come a time in life in the future where the comfort that you've known all of a sudden is gone. The rug has been dragged from underneath you. Your life gets thrown upside down. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to be very grateful for everything you have while you have it. There may be times ahead where things are not so good. And like the start of the week with the video about the extreme weather in America at the moment, I'm grateful I don't have to experience that. Because I cannot begin to imagine what it must be like to have to abandon your home and get your family out of there in the blind panic that there's been ensuing, yeah? I have family in America. I have family in Canada. My dad's cousin lives in British Columbia, Vancouver. And a few years ago, a bushfire destroyed his house. He isn't bothered about his house. Sadly, all of the photographs of his children growing up were destroyed. Memories gone. We should never take anything for granted. Shouldn't take for granted that you've woke up in the morning. Shouldn't take for granted you're breathing clean air. Shouldn't take for granted that you have individual rights. You don't live in a dictatorship. You don't live in fear of your life. You don't live frightened to speak your mind because the repercussions are too big. Every single person watching this video has got something to be grateful for. Even if it's not much, and you should never take anything for granted. Please don't. This is an appeal to you to sing your praises if you've got even a fraction of things, because there'll be someone out there who hasn't got anything or has got less than you, and you may not think it and you may not realise it, but that's a fact. Always show gratitude for what you have. Taking it for granted, you never know, one day it may be snatched away from you. Okay? This is my third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you kindly. Third and final video, as I said, please put down in the comment section below. Are you somebody that tries to err on the side of gratitude, or like all of us, do you take things for granted? Because we all do. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I don't take for granted the fact I've got a roof over my head, I've got electricity, I've got water, and all those things I've mentioned earlier. We all automatically just assume we're always going to have it. But there may come a time in the future when you don't. And the point I'm trying to make is if you're grateful for what you have now, you really appreciate it when it's not there. And trust me, I've been there. Please, 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 if you would consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And please as well, if you consider giving me a thumbs up and a like, that'd be really great. Thank you. And please let me hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. I will be back next week with another 3 as always. Please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.